We are a nonprofit organization that's been around for about 30 years, and we began at sort of the height of the AIDS epidemic. At that time, the intent was really just to try and feed people who were at that time quite literally wasting away from the disease. And also, if you will, sort of ostracized by many people within the community. And at this time, we now serve close to 700 clients. And as you mentioned, we do prepare in-house what we refer to as medically tailored meals. Those meals are designed with one's health needs in mind. So to give some context, someone who is on a renal diet has to watch their potassium and their sodium and their phosphorus. So I, as part of the nutrition staff, help put together meals that are designed to meet those needs in conjunction with our executive chef, Melanie, to make them both tasty for our clients as well as make sure that they're meeting those nutritional needs. So that's our main function, but our organization does do other things. As I mentioned briefly, I'm one of 3 registered dietitians on staff, and we provide nutritional counseling to the clients that we have on service with us. And additionally, we also have medical transportation that is also another service that we offer as well.
That's absolutely amazing. So if you go back to the root in the beginning of when this did start, why or who rather brought to attention that community did need that help? And I mean, it's like you said, and especially right now during a pandemic when everybody's hyper-focused on those who are vulnerable, what called attention to the LGBTQ community at that point and those who were suffering?
Yeah, so Robert Meal, he was the founder of the organization. He was also an official with the Baltimore City Health Department. And so this was 1989, and he brought light to it because he himself had actually been diagnosed with HIV, and sort of helped persuade the mayor at the time to get something in place to help support that community. And it's just kind of evolved since then, right now, to date, of those who actually have identified, we have 20% of our clients who identify as individuals who are non-heterosexual, so a part of that queer community. So I think it's just been a part of our roots, and we know that that particular group, especially during that time, received a lot of stigma, not only for being, having that disease, but also for being, for example, a gay loving man, and so obviously as a result, we want to continue to support the roots that we come from. So we've always been a part of the Pride Parade, for example. Unfortunately, obviously, given the coronavirus and the current pandemic situation, that won't be happening. But that's definitely been very important to continue to support our clients who identify that way, as well as the history that, our legacy.
And I love you just mentioned the parade, and of course it is a bummer that we don't get to have that right now, but the beautiful thing is we've come so far in this country that now we have Pride Month, and we actually get to bring light and awareness and love and support to a community that had experienced some ostracization in the past. So I've heard that you have some really fun stuff going on that people can even take apart from a safe distance. Tell us a little bit about what we have this month.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of our big fundraisers each year, I'm going to move slightly just to turn back on this light here. One of the big fundraisers that we have each year is called Dining Out for Life. The event usually occurs in September. We're partnered normally with a number of restaurants within Baltimore, but also some of the surrounding counties. And typically they donate a percentage of their proceeds from that day to our organization. Obviously, in light of COVID, we're moving that event to be something that's more virtual. And as a result, we're kind of kicking it off starting tomorrow. And we're having these events where we're encouraging people to do takeout on Thursdays. We're going to be streaming some kind of entertainment each day to kind of go apart with that. And so to kick things off and sort of to help us celebrate Pride Month, since we can't be a part of the parade, we're having a drag show tomorrow in the evening from 7 to 8 p.m. that'll be streaming from our Facebook Live. So we're hopeful everybody's able to join in those Takeout Thursdays and for that event tomorrow.
That is going to be a blast. And that's definitely something that we'll tune into. I think we're going kayaking in the morning. So we'll come home and we'll get some takeout and sit down. And I want to just ask for a minute here if there's any resources or ways that the Birdland community can pitch in and give assistance to you all during this time. What are the means for them to be able to do that?
I'd say that, right, so normally we're a very volunteer-driven organization. We rely really heavily on our volunteers. I would say that during this time, there's definitely been some challenges in the regard that, obviously trying to keep both our staff as well as our volunteers and our clients, everybody safe. We've cut down pretty significantly on that, and I think that's definitely been a challenge. They contribute in a lot of ways in a monetary sense by their volunteer hours. So I would say that one of the biggest ways that one could support us right now probably is through some kind of donation. But additionally, we've also had other things going on. As you might imagine, a lot of the clients that we serve, because of their chronic illnesses or life-threatening illnesses, they're the people that are at particular risk for having worse outcomes if diagnosed with the coronavirus. And as a result, having spoken on the phone with a number of them, a lot of them are fearful for even just leaving their homes. And so obviously with that, we've tried to really be mindful of that. And, so recently we had a fundraiser or a source raiser, if you will, where we collected from the community things like cloth face masks, hand sanitizers, soap, as well as some other like toiletries and things like that, to try and help keep our clients safe, but also acknowledging that it might be hard for them to get those resources. And so I guess I would say tuned into our Facebook, our Instagram, for other ongoing such as that might help to support us. And obviously, if you want to partake in the Dining Out for Life, there is more information on our website, mfeast.org/Dining Out for Life.
All right. I love it. Well, again, Ilene, just thank you so much. This is tremendous. And fans, again, this is Moveable Feast. Like she said, check them out on Facebook, all of their different platforms. She's right here on their Instagram account with us this morning to give back to the Charm City that we love so much. And just all the best of luck right now. And hopefully we'll get to do some work with you guys soon.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you again for all of your support.